Well, hello Breakfast Club. I hope you're well. I saw Josh's video from a couple of days back. All I can say is you have my sympathies with the depression and my best wishes that it goes away quickly and that it isn't too painful. You've been saying about damaging your hand by accident. I remember it made me think of something a few years ago where I was hobbling around for a few days because I managed to not actually break my toe, but fuck it up so that it was sufficiently painful by dropping a book on it. I was reaching to get a book from a shelf, dropped it, fell onto my big toe, and it was so painful I did actually end up at at the hospital, and it had swollen up and it was not looking pretty. And they did actually X-ray because I thought I'd broken something. I hadn't, as it turned out. But yeah. But anyway, off topic. The topic being, following from Josh's video, what do you do? What do you do when you're doing whatever you do when you do? And I suppose it depends where I am. I'm usually in York 2, 3, 4 days a week, where I go to university and then I go home. So actually, I quite like just spending time on the computer. There's a huge amount of just stuff on the internet that's interesting. Just reading some of the stuff that's out there. I like. There's also I really like. There's lots of, I think they're called casual games, flash games. Some of those that I really like and I enjoy playing a lot. Elements is one I really enjoy. Beyond that, what I found is that I'm watching what I think we still call watching television, even though it's not on a television. I'm not watching it as it's being broadcast. So I've recently got into The Walking Dead, and I'm now up to date on The Walking Dead. We're going back and watching The X-Files, my wife and I. The original ones. I think we're up to season 3 now. When I'm up in York, I usually have something to watch, and I'm watching Boardwalk Empire, which I like a lot. Beyond that, one of the, I suppose, main hobbies I have, which I sort of find greatly, I enjoy a lot, is board gaming. There's been a sort of, I don't know if renaissance is the word, but it's become more a part of popular culture recently. You've seen this with things like Will Weekend Show, Tabletop. So it's sort of games like Catan and Carcassonne and Ticket to Ride are some of the better known ones, but all sorts of weird and wonderful things from a couple of groups, one up here and one at home. I'm up in York at the moment. That I enjoy playing a lot, mostly, and I think I prefer doing that really to playing a computer game, mostly because, and there are some I really love, Skyrim, because it involves being around people, and you have some sort of activity and whatever, but mostly it's a much more social thing than playing a computer game. And obviously there are computer games you can play with others, but it's a bit remote over a screen, and you always do, when you're interacting with randomers on the internet, do get some idiots out there. I think people are probably familiar with Dungeons and Dragons. I play a variant of that called Pathfinder, which I think at the moment is the most popular RPG style game out there. Mostly because it's escapism. And, I enjoy the sort of process of creating a character for it and so on. And I have a few different characters that I play one way and another, but it's mostly just the escapism in it. It's something you can be silly or serious or whatever, but it's nice just to be able to forget everything else and go and be an elf witch or whatever for an evening, and you can just forget everything else and live in a different world for at least for a few hours. That's always a great deal of fun. Because when I'm up in York, I tend to be quite busy. So I don't have a huge amount of leisure time up here usually. Think about things I do. I asked a little while ago about podcasts because I'm trying to walk more. I'm trying to do 10,000 steps a day, hence the need for podcasts. And there's quite a lot of shows I like, as I mentioned last time, that I listen to. All this got me thinking about television, because I'm watching things like X-Files and Walking Dead and Penny Dreadful and so on through a tablet or a computer. We actually very rarely turn the television on anymore, which is weird because it used to be always on, even if it was just background noise, and now it isn't, and that's fine. It's just, I don't know, something I noticed that there are, if someone's, one of us cooking dinner, the other one will sit in the lounge. There's not really enough room for two people in the kitchen, and we'll put on, find something, quite often Big Bang Theory, because it's on one of the channels sort of at dinner time. But there are very few, if any, shows that I will deliberately tune in for, where it's like, oh, I've got to watch this. Because you can watch it later, and that's opened up a whole range of other things. There's loads of old documentaries I really like that are on YouTube. I say old, like not being currently broadcast, that are really interesting to watch. And older TV programs, the X-Files, but also things that aren't being broadcast. The one that springs to mind is a show I thought was one of the best pieces of drama I've seen in a very long time. The Man in the High Castle, which is only on Amazon Prime, and I thought it was an outstanding piece of work. Anyway, as ever, a bit of a ramble. I suppose it's funny, a lot of what I do for relaxation does involve a computery device in some way, mobile phone or tablet, computer, whatever. Anyway, Josh, I hope you're feeling better soon. Those are some things I do. So, I'm Landon Cole. I'll see you next time.